Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Thinking Crypto channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Also smash the like button. Guys, the rich and the powerful are coming for crypto. They are recognizing the disruptive potential here, and we're seeing more and more of these folks are coming out and speaking about it very much in the open. And one such person who's been beating the drum for a long time, he's also an investor in crypto companies, Glen Hutchins, and he's a very successful man. I'm going to give you his background, but he was recently interviewed by Yahoo Finance. I'll play the clip for you guys, and he really outlines it really well because he answers some of the silly questions that people always bring up. Well, I heard Bitcoin crashed. Well, like, it didn't crash, it corrected like any other market, right? It goes up, bull market, comes down, bear market. These are concepts people almost seem to forget in crypto. But so let me give you his background before I play the clip. And this guy is very, very powerful. He's a private equity pioneer, a former presidential economic advisor, and he sits on the Federal Reserve's board. Guys, he's also a part owner of the Boston Celtics, the NBA team. And under his private equity firm that he founded, Silver Lake Partners, they have $39 billion in assets that they're managing. Yeah, $39 billion. This guy ain't no joke. And the other thing is he's once again rubbing shoulders with the Federal Reserve and a lot of people in the government. He's been seen at the SEC conference, so the State of Security Markets. He recently spoke in December with Jay Clayton, the head of the SEC, and Gary Cohen, former director of the U.S. National Economic Council. So here's his name, Glen Hutchins, co-founder, Silver Lake Partners. And here's a video snapshot of him sitting with them. So this guy rubs shoulders with, I mean, come on, the biggest of the biggest here, right? So let me play the clip here, and there's some very great takeaways. So shout out to Roses on the Moon, who found this clip, and the full the full video and details was published on Yahoo Finance on January 10th. So this was recent.
He has to suffer. Crypto. Another one of your interests, and,
right.
And you've kind of gotten into that, but we've just seen a huge meltdown over the past 12, 15 months. Are you still a believer?
So if we'd been sitting here together in 2002, we probably were. You would have asked me, the internet. We've just seen this huge meltdown in the last 12 to 15 months. Are you still a believer? Right?
Yep.
And so the answer is yes. Now the
big takeaway there, right? People forget there's bubbles in every market. The internet bubble popped in 2000. That didn't mean that the internet was a scam or a fake or garbage or wasn't going anywhere, because obviously look at how you're consuming the content now. It changed our lives forever. Likewise, blockchain, crypto, digital assets are going to really change the way we transact and the future of trust and the movement of information.
The digital currency solution is the most important technological advance I've seen since the internet. It has the capacity to do lots more, but it certainly has the capacity to enable us to move anything of value around the world at the speed of light at no cost. It has three components. It has a token of value, which is called the Bitcoin. It has an accounting mechanism, which is called the blockchain. But the most important piece, which is one that people aren't focusing on, is the protocol. The underlying protocol by which we agree to conduct these transactions. So you use a series of protocols every day, and you don't even think about it. You don't think about the internet protocol, you don't think about the simple mail technology protocol, you don't think about the file transfer protocol, you don't think about the high-text translation protocol. I go through, right? You just make use of the technology, and the protocols make it work. The people who really understand what's going on with digital currencies understand that putting these protocols in place, the blockchain protocol, the Ethereum protocol, the Ripple protocol, and then
he mentions Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, XRP, of course. This guy gets it. He's an investor in Ripple, by the way, and he gets it. And notice how he's trying to explain to this guy, like, you're just looking at it from the outside. You don't understand the protocols, the things that are being built. It's kind of like how we take for granted we can send emails and files and all that, right? There were protocols that had to be built to do that. And you know, Ripple and Ethereum and Bitcoin, obviously the top three, they have different use cases. That's why I'm bullish on all three. And he sees the writing on the wall. He's now trying to beat that drum to educate people, like, wake up. This is not just, you know, magic internet money or a fad. And once again, remember who this guy is. Former presidential advisor. He sits on the Federal Reserve Board. He's part of a $40 billion private equity firm. I mean, and he's hanging out with the guys from the SEC. Come on.
Enabling those protocols to cause transactions to occur. And then those transactions can be defined very broadly as not just moving things of value, but anything that's got an information content is extraordinarily transformative. The focus on the value of the token is distracting and uninformative.
So he's not saying there's something wrong with the value of the token. He's saying to focus on it, because that's what a lot of the mainstream CNBC fast money. Oh no, Bitcoin just dropped $2,000. Oh no. No, what is happening behind the scenes? What is Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum causing, right? And it's a disruption, the movement of value. So that's what he's trying to hammer home, because even the reporter is like, well, it just took a crash over the past 13, 15 months. If that's all you're looking at, you're missing the bigger picture of what's coming. And as you can see, Glenn is trying to hammer that home. Guys, I tried to share with you here the facts, hear it directly from the horse's mouth. And like I said, this guy, he's a very powerful guy, very well accomplished, and he rubs shoulders with the SEC, the Federal Reserve, and people in the government, obviously from a presidential standpoint at one point. So it is amazing to see these folks are coming out and speaking about it, and I'm so glad I'm here early. Count yourself lucky, and this new asset class is on the rise. We are headed to the token economy. And another example, because we had talked about this earlier this week, but just in the same light of things here, former CFTC head Charles Giancarlo, of course, pushing for the digital dollar. And we know digital fiat is coming, and China is rushing to do it, US and many other countries. And that's where, as we heard Ripple's Chris Larson talked about yesterday in the video I shared, Bitcoin, XRP, and so forth will be the lubricant, will be the layer to help make this all work, all these digital currencies work and form interoperability globally. So you got to look at this holistically and where we're headed, and crypto is going to be a big part of it, guys. Digital assets a big part of it. Finally, something I want to share with you guys, which is interesting. Bitcoin miners made an estimated $5 billion in revenue in 2019. And the reason I'm highlighting this, if you recall, we've been talking about in Russia, you know, Bitcoin miners looking to get nuclear power. We heard about Weinstein down in Texas in the United States looking to build a $150 million mining farm built on 100 acres. It would set to be the largest mining farm in the world once completed. And of course, many other countries are trying to get a hold of Bitcoin mining here, get the power, because there's money to be made, and it's going to become even more scarce. And when you have big players building financial products around it, it's here to stay. The asset class is here to stay, guys. So exciting things. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your family and friends who are still don't get what's happening here, and maybe their eyes will be open when they hear it from people of this caliber, right? So thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for your support. I'll talk to you guys later.